we use both our knowledge and wisdom to understand things and solve our problems. Knowledge is a capacity in this respect, but that we have acquired from the outside through our sense organs. Knowledge is the information or the data we have gathered and retained in the memory cells of our brain. Therefore, knowledge is a memory of information or data that we have gathered. They have come from the outside. For example, we can have knowledge of Nirvana or know about Nirvana by listening to the learned or by reading the books written by the learned, and also by thinking. Thus, we try to understand things with the help of knowledge that we have gathered by listening to others or through our own experiences or through reading books to gather knowledge. What we call knowledge is a set of mental images. All our ideas are mental images created and formed by the mind. For example, we have an idea of Nirvana based on the information that we have gathered by listening and by reading. But Nirvana is not an idea. What we experience as Nirvana with our knowledge is only a mental image, but not the real Nirvana. Nirvana can be realized only through wisdom. Though we gather knowledge from outside, wisdom is inborn in us. That is our birthright, the wisdom. It is with this wisdom one realizes Nirvana at the maturity or perfection of the wisdom by constant use of the wisdom. The capacity of wisdom we can experience as our insight. Insight verbally means inner sight, not the sight through the eye, the external eye, but through the mental eye. Insight is the eye of the wisdom. In Sanskrit it is called Panya Chakshu, Prajna Chakshu. In Pali it is called Panya Chakku. In the first discourse of the Buddha called Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, he used the word Dhammachakku to denote this insight. Chakku means eye, but here it is metaphorically used to denote seeing by the mind. Dhammachakku. The mind can see only mental images, not the images outside that eyes can see. not the sound that outer sound that the ear can hear, not the outer smell that the nose can smell. We have an inner eye, inner ear, inner nose, inner tongue. That is our mind, the capacity of our mind. And the capacity of the mind to see things is called a mental eye, and it is that mental eye that is called Dhamma Chakku, because Dhamma is nothing but the object of a mind. The object of our eyes is called Rupa. The object of our ear is called Saddha. Saddha means sound. The object of our nose is called smell, Gandha. The object of our tongue is called taste, Rasa, in Pali. Similarly, in Buddhist literature, the object of the mind is called Dhamma. Whatever that the mind becomes conscious of is called Dhamma. In the first sermon, Buddha said, the ascetic called Kondanya realized that every mental form called Dhamma, mental image called Dhamma, is born to decay and die, or they appear to disappear instantly. Mental images are sparks. Any spark, even the physical spark, it appears to disappear instantly, instant disappearance. Similarly, a thought is a series of sparks. Every spark appears to disappear instantly. Reverend Kondanya realized this phenomenon, the appearance and disappearance of thought forms. Yankincha samudaya dhammang sabbanta nirodha dhammanti. The word used by the Buddha to say what Reverend Kondanya realized after listening to the first discourse of the Buddha. When you think of Nirvana, or when you listen to somebody speaking of Nirvana, or when you read books about Nirvana, we form a mental image of Nirvana based on the information about Nirvana that we have gathered. But that is not Nirvana, as I mentioned earlier. And as I mentioned earlier, Nirvana can be realized only by wisdom, and we can see it through the insight of wisdom. With regard to enlightenment, Buddha, in his very first discourse called Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, used the insight of wisdom that realized Nirvana as Chakkung, eye. Chakkung Uddapadi, dawn of the eye. Chakkung Uddapadi, in English terms we can say the birth of the insight into Nirvana. It is inner sight because Nirvana is not outside us but inside us, within our own mind. That insight gets manifested or gets opened up or dawns, as the Buddha said, dawning of wisdom, at the end of the knowledge. Wisdom appears where the knowledge ends. Ending of knowledge is the beginning of wisdom. As long as there is knowledge, the mind is covered by illusions, covered by prejudices. Prejudices are ideas. covered by ideas. Real Nirvana is covered by the ideas about Nirvana. That is why Buddha said in Karanimya Sutra, Dittincha Anupagamma Silava Dastanena Sampanno. Seeing Nirvana. Anupagam Ditti means the ideas, opinions, knowledge. The ideas formed by knowledge, opinions formed by knowledge. They are called Ditti. Only when they disappear, seeing, Dasanena Sampanno. That seeing is the insight. Insight of wisdom appears at the end of knowledge or at the end of thinking. In fact, enlightenment means nothing but the ending of thinking. Chakkung udapadi, insight, the real insight into Nirvana. In the Dhamma Chakkapavattana Sutta, Buddha said, with regard to that insight, Chakkung udapadi, Pubbesu Anustutesu Dhammesu Chakkung udapadi. It means there was the insight into a phenomenon never heard of before. The new phenomenon. All what I heard, that is called Suchanana, the information, even Buddha before the Enlightenment, even before his birth, Indian sages have referred to Nirvana, referred to Enlightenment, referred to the idea of Buddha. That's why the sages who look into the Buddha's, the Prince Siddhartha at the birth said, this baby prince is going to be enlightened as a Buddha. One said. Another said, he can be either a universal king or a Buddha. Only one of them said, no, he's definitely going to be enlightened. That means the idea of Nirvana and enlightenment these ideas were in the Vedic tradition of India even before the birth of the Buddha, even before the enlightenment of Buddha. But those are only ideas. Until you realize Nirvana, you can have only an idea, a mental image of Nirvana. And as I mentioned, idea is not the real Nirvana. What happens at the enlightenment is the disappearance of ideas from the mind. Along with the idea, the feelings also. Because our ideas are associated with feelings, pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. The mind is filled with ideas. Ideas mean filled with thoughts. Every thought is an idea, is a concept, it's a mental formation, a mental image. Our mind is filled with mental images, along with the feelings associated with those mental images. The mind becomes completely cleared. That means the mind becomes empty of all mental forms at the enlightenment. And it is that voidness, or that void, or that emptiness of mind that we call Nirvana. Therefore, that emptiness is nowhere else. It is in our mind. Even now, it is in our mind. Every moment throughout the samsara, it has been in our mind. It continues in our mind. That is the ultimate reality. In the Satya Nibbana Sutta, in the Buddhist discourse, it comes in the Anguttara Nikaya, volume 1, page 274. The Nirvana is ajata, where the word used by. Ajata means not born. Abhuta, not an event, not a happening. Akata, it is not done. Asankata, it is not formed out of things that are available or that were available before the formation. It is an eternal truth, eternal reality within us. That reality we can have as an idea, as a concept, but that is not the reality. Ideas can be formed about the reality. But once you are enlightened, you realize that emptiness of thinking, thoughts. In the first paean of joy Buddha uttered after enlightenment, he says, at the enlightenment, visankara gatan chittam. What happened at the enlightenment? Mental formation ceased. No more images. No more illusions in the mind. My mind became completely clear of all thoughts and feelings. And with that, there is the realization of the Four Noble Truth. It is with that realization that one can become enlightened. After that, mind becomes completely clear, and that mind is called enlightened, full of light. The Buddha used the word aloko uddapadi. Aloko means light. Uddapadi means dawn of light. That is a metaphorical, poetic explanation of the disappearance of ignorance or the disappearance of illusion. The illusion means illusions formed by our ideas, our thoughts. Illusion is compared, or ignorance is compared to darkness. Light is the wisdom. The eye of the wisdom, the capacity of the wisdom to realize something, realization. Realization can be done, can happen by wisdom, by the insight of wisdom. With knowledge, we can rationalize, we can reason out, we can logically, with the help of knowledge, come to a conclusion, this is Nirvana, but that is not Nirvana. Nirvana, the enlightenment is beyond logical reasoning. Logical reasoning means thinking. Buddha said, visankara gatan tittam, enlightenment was the end of thinking. Completely the end of thinking. Thinking is based on knowledge. Knowledge really is ignorance. Ignorance of the reality, ignorance of the truth. When we say that we know something, we have knowledge, but what we know is very insignificant. What we don't know is more than what we know. Therefore, ideas formed by insignificant, defective information given by sense organs is really our ignorance formed by our own mind. It is beyond that ignorance that light appears. It is like enlightenment means appearance of light. Appearance of light means in the darkness things cannot be, the reality cannot be seen. Light appears means the reality appeared. Appearance of reality. And Chakkung Uddapadi, the eye dawn means the insight appeared. The insight was dawned into the reality. Pubbes Annutu, a reality that was never heard of before. And that eye is nothing but the eye of wisdom. Wisdom can be sharpened by the use of wisdom. I have a personal experience in my childhood, when I was trying to solve mathematical problems in our school days. My teacher advised, if you can't solve that problem at night, in the evening, just go to sleep, forget it. And sometimes you might get the solution in the morning. It exactly happens. By logical thinking at night, I couldn't solve certain problems. But through insight, early morning when I get up, I could see the solution for the problem. Even the Chinese believe that the wisdom that you don't have at night will be dawned in the morning. That means what you can't solve with your logical thinking, with the use of our knowledge, can be solved by insight. And some believe the solutions is coming from the subconscious mind. Subconscious mind is not a thinking mind. It is a conscious mind that is thinking. Subconscious mind is dormant. We have two minds. One is a thinking mind, another is a non-thinking mind. We have a third mind, sensing but not thinking. After enlightenment, sense organs are active. You get the signals from sense organs and you become aware. Awareness of signals from sense organs is called in Pali Sanya Vedaita. It is at the trance called Sanya Vedaita Nirodha that sensing of signals in the enlightenment ceases. Then there is a mind, there's a mind sensing and thinking, and there's a mind sensing, non-thinking, and there's another mind non-sensing, non-thinking. It is that state of mind, that silent mind, the mind beyond time and space, not working. That is our original mind that we realize by enlightenment through our own insight, the eye of wisdom, that we all are born with, and one day it can get opened up, but not deliberately, indeliberately, automatically. Once the wisdom is fully matured through experience, through our own foolishness, by trial and error methods. We make mistakes, we go on, and we become little by little wiser and wiser. As we are becoming more and more knowledgeable, we also, with our growth, through our experiences, we become wiser. For example, small children, we are not very wise, not knowledgeable. Gradually, our knowledge increased and our wisdom also got sharpened through experience. And the final maturity of wisdom is the dawn of insight, Chakkum Uddapadi, that is enlightenment, as Buddha mentioned in his very first sermon called Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta.